Welcome back to Duxford Garage. This week we're going to change the ICC in my FPV GT from the standard factory one, and yeah, we're going to install the GTF style gauges. There's a guy over in Melbourne that does it to your screen, so I'm going to get it ripped out, sent away, and then yeah, put back in. So give you a quick look at the car and then start pulling that ICC out. So that's the victim today. It's a 2012 FPV GT. Yeah, a few mods done to it, nothing over the top, but yeah, she's a nice daily when I do get her out. But currently she's been sitting in the shed for a couple of months, so yeah, I'll get this ICC done, and yeah, then we'll get her back on the road for a little bit while the nice weather's here. Damn, the poor girl's bloody dirty. But first thing you gotta do whenever you're stuffing around with the interior command centers and these things is disconnect the battery so you don't short nothing out. So obviously I'm not going to show you that because everyone knows how to disconnect a battery. But when I come back, I'll be in the cabin. We'll start pulling this ICC. To get these ICCs out, there's a couple of bolts behind here, a couple of screws underneath the ICC cover. I've already pulled this off because it's hard doing it with one hand and filming, but you always want to go at the back, pop the back up and then pull it off. Underneath there's a couple of clips that clip it right into the back corner there, and on the front, this front edge locks under there, so that's why you don't want to pull it from the front, because you snap them off quite easily. Yeah, these cars are getting fairly old now, so all these plastics starting to get fairly bloody brittle. There's a couple of screws under there, they undo, and then all these plugs you got to pull out, and then on the front here, you've got to pull this out. It pulls out dead straight towards you. Again, these are getting bloody a little bit old, and the plastic's starting to get brittle, so you can see there's a clip on the back and a couple on the front. As you can see, one of mine broke off there and that one there broke off, so I've got both pieces here, so I'll end up gluing those back on. I'll probably do the old bicarb soda and glue trick just to give it a little bit more purchase on there so they stay on there and don't rattle too badly. Because mine's a GT model with a start button, you got to pull that cord out. It's basically just that plug. You got a little push down right there. My thumb is push that down, pull that out, and then inside of there you got bolt on that side, bolt on that side, and I think yeah, there's a couple more in the back there. So yeah, get them undone now. Another thing I should point out is in the back there's a lovely little void that screws love falling down into, and yeah, they ended up falling down behind here. Ask me how I know. Got to do a little bit of digging, and you got a clip under there, which I believe that cable needs to be disconnected as well. And obviously these ones up here, there's a push pin behind there, you push in, and this one here as well. I have to get a light and have a look at that. Can't remember from off the top of my head how that one pulls out. So yeah, just had a look, and there's a clip on the front here, push with your thumb, and that one pulls straight out as well. So once all that's done, basically got to give the ICC a tug from the front, and yeah, it'll come out, but I need 2 hands for that. So yeah, grab it from the bottom and from the top, and just pull out towards yourself, and it yeah, like I said, I need 2 hands for this. I can't really film very good with my one hand. There you go, I got him out. Yeah, basically those side rails there, slides into those, and then on the back you got that big plug that plugs into that main plug, and yeah, that's the ICC out. Now I've got to pull this top section apart so I can send that screen away and get the custom screens put in there. That's that little cavity I was talking about. As you can see, I've got a screw drop down in there that I've got to try and bloody fish out. If I can do this on camera. And I've got it. Bloody bastard. And to dig that out, I got one of these cheap as hell little bloody tool to pick up stuff like that. Yeah, on the end of it, it's got a little plunger, and when you push that, opens up a set of claws. Such a handy bloody tool to have, because yeah, I'm forever dropping bloody things with my big fucking fingers. But anyway, I'll get to pulling this ICC apart. And yeah, for anyone wondering, the car will run without the ICC. You just get a error on your screen, but you can still move your car around and whatnot while your screen's out. Have you ever re-gluing these clips back on? Always take these yellow bits off first, because you don't want them glued on there. To get them off, you just spread them apart a little bit, and those little teeth in the middle there let go out of the centers and slide straight out. As you can see, I've got a little bit of a jigsaw puzzle here for this piece. That was the one that broke out of there, but I'll glue all those pieces back together before I glue it on there. Hopefully it'll hold together just so there's no rattles, and yeah, the other one comes out of there. But I'll, once I glue them on, I'll reinforce them a little bit with a bit of bicarb soda and glue. So I've started to build this broken clip, as you can see there. Glued back the first couple of bits and then put a bit of the bicarb and glue in there. For anyone that hasn't seen that before, you can basically reinforce parts with a little bit of bicarb soda when you re-glue them together. Obviously, yeah, it's probably not the best way to do it, but yeah, it'll hold together and make it a little bit more solid. So all I usually do is just sprinkle a little tiny bit of bicarb soda into it where you want it. This is sandable as well once you finish, and paintable if need be, but for this piece here you won't see it behind the cluster, so I won't worry about that. And build it up how you like it. Just put a little bit of super glue on it, and the super glue and the bicarb mix, and basically become one solid. And you can keep adding bicarb and glue as needed until you build up a bit of strength in that area. And it becomes quite strong. Reinforces it a fair bit and saves having to replace the part with a part that's no longer available. And once you build it up to your liking, you can basically just blow away the excess. And yeah, as you can see, it's given a little bit of a brace, a little bit of a backbone, so that part should be shouldn't break again. So yeah, I'll do the next piece there. And again, because the clip only goes so far, I'll be able to fill up a little bit in the middle with a bit of bicarbon glue to strengthen up a bit. And again, I just glued that piece on, put a little bit of bicarb on the inside, and threw some glue on it, and on the other side as well. So it's fairly solid and shouldn't break. When these little clips go back on, should hardly even notice it's there. They still work quite good. And the other one, yeah, it still works. So I don't think we'll have too much interference there. And yeah, should live to face another day, considering it's hard to get some of these parts now. So yeah, anyway, I'll pull this thing apart now. And to get the screen apart, basically I'll pull these side panels off. There's one on either side, obviously held on with, I think it's 4 Phillips on either side. And then I believe you unscrew this lower section of the module. That's the stereo, the CD driver. And then I think from memory you pop these clips out to get the screen off, and then you can take the cable out, so it'll all be separated. But yeah, we'll quickly pull all this apart. I won't worry about filming it because it's obviously just a handful of screws, which is a little bit boring. Yeah, so the stereo's held on with those 4 screws that I mentioned. Oops, sorry. There's 1, 2 there, and another 2 there. And that comes out, and there's cable harness that's attached to it. Oops, sorry about the vision. That cable harness that's connected to it just pulls straight out of that plug. There's no clips or anything on it. And then yeah, under out the cabling, if I can do this with one hand, around to the other side of the screen, and I believe the screen just pops out, or the upper part just pops out with these 2 clips from memory. But yeah, I can't do that one hand, so I'll be back in a sec. Well, I've decided against pushing those out. I really don't want to break them. Having another look, I reckon I can undo these screws. I think it's 6 of them, and that whole screen section should come out. So yeah, I'll do that now and come back to you. Yeah, so it turns out it's just the 4, sorry. 2 on that side and 2 on that side. That one there can stay in place. So that's the screen out of the ICC. And that's the ICC with the screen out of it. So I believe the guy only wants the screen, so I'll have to figure out how to get this cable out and yeah, get it posted over to him. But there's an absolute heap of these videos online on YouTube if you want to watch a little bit more of a detailed instructions. So yeah, strongly suggest checking out a few rather than just mine, because mine's not the most educational. Also going to pull the cluster out of the car, because the guy that's doing this upgrade for me has requested that as well, to make a plug and play. So to do that, you just drop the steering wheel. This plastic piece here, you just sort of push towards the cluster and then down. And yeah, you can see it's got little latches on the top there and clips at the back. Again, being the age of these cars, they break quite easily, so be careful. Then you got this rubber flap here, and that's just got little pull-in tabs on the back. If I can get it off with one hand. yeah, you can see the just little pushing tabs. So that's it, pulled out. You can see all the little rubber prongs that pop into these holes. And next thing, you need to get this cover off here. To do that, you got a side cover here that pops off. Just gonna have to grab a pry tool. Hang on. So yeah, just get a pry tool into there, pop that out. It's, don't know if you can see in there, but it's got the same pull out bloody pins as everything else Ford's got. And then on here, there's a little tab there. Pull that forward to get that off. And then just slowly work your way along with a pry tool. And again, being very careful not to break any of these clips because, as previously mentioned, the cars are getting old and all these clips are bloody getting very, very brittle. And yeah, replacement parts are getting pricey, so I might have to do this with two hands. Yeah, when you got to do it, you got to sort of lift the front of this cluster as well because it catches on this lip. But yeah, once again, it's held on with those same clips. They're going to be put to the side, and then down here, I don't know if I can see it, but there's a Phillips head screw there, and then there's another Phillips head screw on the other side. So you undo them, and then you can pull the cluster out. And then this, once you got those screws out, be careful too that these Fords love swallowing screws, so if you drop them down there, they can hang up on underneath your dash and yeah, you never find them again. But you pull that straight forward out, there's a couple little catches up the top that catch on the top of this cluster, so don't pull down, you got to pull dead straight out. And then yeah, you can disconnect these cables at the back. Again, I might need two hands for this. So, once you've got them disconnected, just turn your cluster up and around. You can see where the cables connect to. And that's the cables. The one on the left hand side, there's a push pin on the top that you got to push down and pull out. And the one on the right, the push pin's underneath the plug, so you got to push it down and pull out. And yeah, that's basically it. I have heard that if you start these cars without your cluster in it, it records some what's it called, security dot or tampered dot or something within the cluster or within the car somewhere, and yeah, apparently it can appear as if you've tried to tamper with the cluster. So yeah, unsure if that's 100% true or not, but I won't be risking starting the car while the cluster's out. So and when I come back, hopefully I'll be putting all this back in and be able to show you this ICC upgrade. I'm looking forward to it. I probably should mention as well, if you ever pulling this one off, it's not quite as easy as the driver's side. Behind here, up underneath the glove box, there's actually a couple of screws that hold this one in place. That's due to the airbag. So yeah, don't try just pulling the side off and popping it out, because you will break the bloody thing. And yeah, I've seen a few videos where they reckon you have to pull out your whole fan box and everything, but that's really not the case. You just drop your glove box out, and then you can reach up in there. And I think from memory there was either an 8mm or a 10mm bolt behind there, two of them. So yeah, now I'll come back once this ICC is ready to go back in and show you what it looks like. Got my ICC and cluster back, so I'm going to put them back into the car, yeah, I sent them last Tuesday and today's Monday, so yeah, relatively quick turnaround time by the guy that does these, which is really good. Obviously, if he's busy, it might take a little bit longer, but yeah, he basically got it on the Wednesday. Oh no, sorry, I sent it on the Monday. He got it on the Wednesday and then had it sent back to me again on the Thursday. So yeah, Post Express, obviously not the fastest from SA to Melbourne, but anyway, you get that. Still pretty good turnaround time, only a week without the car. So to put this back in, it's just basically the reverse. Slip the cluster in first, connect those two connectors in, do up the 2 screws, and then push all those plastic clips and stuff back in. Yeah, we'll get that done now. First part of the install finished. When you reinsert this piece, it's got to go in on a bit of an angle first to get that back lip underneath the the cluster front edge. Is a bit of a pain, but yeah, just persevere and be gentle, because like I said, those clips are starting to get pretty old. So now I've got to put this screen back together, so I'll go and do that now. The ICC reassembly is basically just reverse, obviously, of how we took it apart. So you got those 4 screws. They go under the back of the fascia. That's in there and over those sides. Connect your cable into the back of the screen. Screw your stereo system back in to where it goes. Plug the last cable in, and yeah, and screw those couple brackets on either side and put it back together. But I can't do that with one hand, so come back once it's back together. Due to the limited space down in there to get that plug in, I'll plug that in before I put the screen back in, and then I'll screw that in place. And then with the stereo unit, I could actually get my hands down in there and plug that plug in. Also, when I pulled it apart, these cables there, they're basically like a zip tie, so you can push down that little lever up and undo that, and then reuse it. Just got to hold your tongue the right way when you try and push it back in, but yeah, got it all back together. Now I get these arms on. Got all the ICC back together, so yeah, now about to slide it in there. When you do that, you just make sure that these little rails there, or not rails, guides I should say, are sitting on these rails. And then when you push it straight in, make sure all these cables are out of the way. And yeah, basically that big plug there, it's got a, don't know if you can see where that little blue marker is. There's a couple of little guides. They go down into the plug, into those grey bits. And once you push it home, they actually lock shut. So yeah, holds it in place. But again, I can't do that with one hand, so yeah, I'll come back once it's all in and connected. When you push that in, you'll feel it gets to a certain spot where there's a bit of resistance, then you give it a little bit more of a push and you'll feel it click home, and that's those clips I was talking about. And then yeah, just go along and reconnect all these plugs. I might have to do that off camera though, because I can't quite see and feel at the minute. So another thing I would recommend you do before you finally do up all the screws and everything is reconnect your battery and start your car and make sure everything's working, which I shall do now. And everything seems to be working as it should. have to have a quick play of this and figure out how you get that screen up, but I thought there was a FPV screen button that popped up here, but yeah. Yeah, so it's just popped up. Not sure how it popped up, but yeah, there it is anyway. Press that and there's the screens, which is really good. Yeah, definitely something different, which I like. Definitely a little bit of an update. The one I got put in was basically old grade one instead of the blue, but looking at it now I probably should have got the blue as well, just so it matches the lights in the dash a little bit better. But yeah, pretty happy with that. I have to get the rest of this all screwed up together and then take for a bit of a hoop. So the screws are all back in it. When you're putting this top cover on, make sure you push that front edge in first so it catches there like that before you push those back pins down. If I can do this with one hand. I might not be able to, I don't want to break nothing, so. And yeah, those pins that I repaired the other day, they should go in all right now. And I forgot to put this last little trim on. I was looking at the front of this car thinking, gee, that looked a bit weird with seeing those holes, but yeah, that just basically clips in with those two little tabs, and then yeah, another tab there. I'll just cycle this key again to make sure she's all working out, it's buttoned up. And yeah, it is all working. Quite happy with that. I'll just fire this beast up. As you can see, the gauge is working. The guy that does these installs is going to have a web page up soon, so once he does I'll add the link into the description, so yeah, you can all find him easily. And yeah, he has a few different versions, like for XR6s and G6Es, and a couple of different versions of this screen with different backgrounds and a couple of different gauge styles. So, and also I believe you can do different startup screens and whatnot as well, so you want to customise your car just a little bit, definitely be worth reaching out to Chris once his website's up. And if you throw in reverse, all works as it should, and then goes back to the gauges. So yeah, definitely happy with that. Alright, so this is the gauge in motion as I go through the gears. Yeah, and the other thing is if you turn the car off with that screen chosen, that's what screen will load up next time around. Very happy with it. So if you're in the market for one of them, contact Chris and he'll be able to set you up. Like I said, I'll put the link to his website once it's up in the description of this video. Don't know if it'll be straight away or once it becomes available. Yeah, I'll get it up there in the description for you anyway. Not a great doing this video, but hopefully you got something out of it. And yeah, till the next one, have a good one.
Gotcha.